Monica McNutt, man, she felt like everything was adjudicated perfectly last night when it came to the Indiana Fever and Suns game, man, and y'all won't believe what she said.
Ohio State. Then you got Marina Mabrey, who is a little bit of an enforcer in the league. I use that air quotes around that term, but she's someone who is a high level of competitor. And then you've got Lexi Held as well, going to the rescue of her teammate in Caitlin Clark. So to me, you know me, I tend to lean on the emotions of competition. Adjudicated fairly, we move on.
Yeah, we got text.
The WNBA is drowning in controversy again, but this time the firestorm started behind the microphone, not on the court. On ESPN, analyst Monica McNutt delivered a defense of on-court violence that critics say was tone-deaf, biased, and one of the most disturbing takes from a national sports broadcast in recent memory.
Caitlin Clark and the Fever hosting the Sun. Now, it's gotten chippy between these teams before, and last night it really did. First off, here's just some Caitlin being Caitlin and knocking down threes.
She's been great since she's been back after that injury. Saturday, they knocked off the Liberty in the Commissioner's Cup, and she's picking off where she left off. Obviously, you know how lethal she is from behind the three-point line.
3 threes in the first half for Caitlin, 12 points. Then here's where it starts to get chippy. Tell us what we see here. Fever up by 10. Clark is backing down J.C. Sheldon. We got a foul. She's going to get hit in the face right around here. She doesn't like it. Now we got shoving. Now we got Marina Mabrey knocking her to the ground. What happens here?
While Stephanie White ripped into officiating following the Indiana Fever's wild 88-71 win over the Connecticut Sun, Monica McNutt was on ESPN making comments that critics say essentially defended the exact kind of on-court aggression that has turned women's basketball into open season on its biggest star.
Is this incident with Caitlin Clark that happened. So during the game, this is what started the whole well, I think it has started before this. They were playing scrappy the whole game. This team's very scrappy. Didn't really change much since Stephanie White left. You know, the new coach is doing the same shit as far as like scrappy physicality. This happened with Cece. So she got hit in the face, as you can see. She hit the shit out of her face. Like, she damn near punched the girl, bumped into her, and then Marina, like, this is crazy, bro. And nobody got
The Indiana Fever Connecticut Sun matchup wasn't just physical. It exposed a deeper problem inside the WNBA. Critics say the night showed how bad officiating, clear bias, and media spin can collide to create a controversy that shakes the league's image.
Now, the guy brought up, she was poked in the eye, hit in the face. But Monica absolutely ignores that, right? And has nothing negative to say about Marina Mabrey shoving Caitlin Clark over. Says it's a part of competition. What is competitive about that? What is competitive about somebody blindsiding somebody and shoving them?
The moment that sparked the firestorm began quietly in the third quarter. Caitlin Clark stood near the top of the key for the Indiana Fever, locked in a tight defensive battle with J.C. Sheldon of the Connecticut Sun. At first, it looked like a routine possession. But seconds later, tensions boiled over. What unfolded next struck many fans as a deliberate escalation, fueling a growing belief among critics that the WNBA's biggest star continues to face unusually physical treatment with little consequence.
You got one player, one valuable asset. You have one star that you should be protecting at all costs. And how does the WNBA treat her? They constantly attack her, they poke her in the eye, then they take cheap shots when she's not.
If you're enjoying the video, make sure to subscribe. What happened next instantly changed the tone of the game. J.C. Sheldon, in what officials would later describe as unnecessary contact involving a wind-up and clear impact, reached in and poked Caitlin Clark directly in the eye. The contact appeared blatant. Even casual viewers watching the matchup between the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun could immediately see the moment had crossed the line from routine physical basketball into something far more heated. Clark's reaction was completely human. She immediately grabbed her face in visible pain. And when Sheldon continued engaging physically, Clark instinctively pushed her away, a natural defensive reaction in the middle of the chaos. In seconds, what had started as a normal possession spiraled into one of the most controversial moments of the night.
Actually, after poking Caitlin in the eye, she walks up to her and like bumps her chest on Caitlin, which is why Caitlin shoved Sheldon off of her, right? That's why she shoved her off, because she's sitting here bumping her chest after poking her in the eye. Sheldon in the wrong the entire time right here, and Caitlin getting her off of her, and then here come Marina Mabrey shoving her. Why? Because your teammate is
But this is where the incident escalated far beyond a routine on-court confrontation. What had started as a heated moment suddenly turned into something much bigger and far more controversial. As the situation unfolded, Marina Mabrey, who wasn't even directly involved in the original exchange, entered the scene. Approaching from behind, she delivered a hard blindside shove into Caitlin Clark, sending the Indiana Fever star crashing to the floor. Inside the arena, the reaction was immediate. Fans erupted with loud boos, the sound echoing throughout the building. It wasn't just frustration over a physical play, it was the collective feeling that the moment had crossed the line of acceptable competition during the matchup between the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun in the WNBA. What had begun as a routine possession had now turned into one of the most controversial sequences of the night, leaving players, officials, and fans all reacting to a moment that quickly spiraled out of control.
There's really people out here defending Marina Mabrey for Madden hit sticking Caitlin Clark to the floor, saying that she's just protecting her teammate. For one, it involved Caitlin Clark and JC Sheldon. They had their little spiel before that, and then JC Sheldon scratches Clark in the face, then invades her space after that. Clark pushes her away because of that, and then Marina Mabrey comes get involved, and Madden hit sticks her to the floor, man, and y'all just like she was protecting.
After a review that felt like it lasted forever, the officials finally delivered their rulings, and the decisions quickly became the center of the controversy. JC Sheldon was assessed a flagrant foul for the eye poke on Caitlin Clark, a call many expected given the nature of the contact during the game between the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun in the WNBA. But the next decision stunned fans inside the arena and watching at home. Clark, who had just been involved in the eye poke sequence and the physical confrontation that followed, was also issued a technical foul. The ruling immediately sparked confusion and debate. The player at the center of the contact was now being penalized for her reaction to the moment. According to crew chief Ashley Gloss, the technical foul was assessed because Clark reacted in an unsportsmanlike manner toward Sheldon after the contact to the eye. That explanation only fueled the controversy, as many fans and commentators questioned whether the situation had been handled fairly.
Wonder if some of this drama with Caitlin Clark is being manufactured. Just to be clear, I'm not saying Caitlin Clark is manufacturing the drama. Obviously, she doesn't need to rely on gimmicks to generate mainstream attention. But the rest of the pretend basketball players in the WNBA, the only way they can generate interest, the only way they can see their name in the headlines is by attacking Caitlin Clark. And I'm starting to wonder if it's intentional.
Even more controversial was the ruling involving Marina Mabrey. Many fans expected a much harsher penalty after the blindside collision involving Caitlin Clark. Instead, Mabrey was assessed only a technical foul and allowed to remain in the game. To many watching the matchup between the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun in the WNBA, the decision was surprising. The play appeared highly physical, yet officials ruled that Mabrey's contact did not meet the criteria for a flagrant foul or an ejection. That ruling quickly became one of the most debated moments of the night. Fans and commentators began questioning how different types of contact were being evaluated and whether the officiating decisions were consistent. By the time play resumed, what started as a heated on-court sequence had turned into a much larger conversation about officiating standards, player safety, and how the league handles its most high-profile moments.